Well, I think first of all, it's really important to understand you are not alone. I think last year over 25 million people did not file their tax returns. And what we learn as former IRS agents is once you don't file once, then you're scared to file two, three, four. It's not uncommon for Josh and to have people that haven't filed in 10 or 20 or 30 years. I just want you to know that's very, very common in our industry. But as you know, Josh, it's a really good thing. IRS has a policy statement, P5 133, as you know it, Josh. You only have to file the last 6 years. So everyone says, okay, that's great news, but what is next? The what is next, Josh, as you know, and that's where you come in, is really important. So tell us what happens if a person now comes to you, they don't have records. Let's talk about two things. The person pulling the W-2s and 1099s and the reconstructions. Tell them what happens.
So a big part of doing your returns is having all the cards in your hand that the IRS has in their hand. So for that, we get a power of attorney and pull transcripts from the IRS so that we know what the IRS has in their hand, like a card game, but it's unfair. You are reporting to the IRS exactly everything that they have. But for small business or self-employed people, you might have all the income sources, and so does the IRS, but you don't have the 3 Ps: proof of purchase, which is receipts; proof of payment, which is your bank or credit card statement; and proof of business purpose. Now, that third one might be easy for you, but the first two, we are able to use one of the 9 IRS-approved methods for reconstructing expenses to take things from you owing tens of thousands of dollars to the IRS to owing a lot less. So the way we can benefit you is by reconstructing your expenses. I hope that answers your question, Mike.
Yeah, and I think as far as you asked now, what's next after the returns are prepared? Well, whether you know it or not, what we do, which is really clever, is as a former IRS agent, we start looking now as what is IRS going to do once in fact they get this case. So by the time, let's say Josh prepares your tax return today, IRS sends their notices out on 6-week cycles. First is the CP14, then it's the CP501, 6 weeks later it's the CP503, 6 weeks later it's the CP504. Before all you get these letters, we're already figuring an exit strategy. You ask, what's an exit strategy? Josh goes ahead and reviews those. There's only 3 exit strategies. We take a financial statement, and your case by IRS will either be put in currently non-collectible. The key word, Josh, as you know, is currently, which means it's usually a couple years, then IRS re-reviews it. The second thing.
Wait. That's also kind of like it's based on hardship.
Yes.
Basis. Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure of that.
Hardship is important. What your hardship is, right? In an IRS hardship is completely different. Tell us about the IRS national standards, if you would, because that's important.
The IRS has abysmally low standards for what it costs you to live. And they also have them detailed down to the state. So if you live in the state of Georgia or California or Florida or Minnesota, they're going to have a state standard for certain housing and clothing.
By
county, some of them, yeah, they're very detailed. And some of them are national. We have to abide by those. Those are the national standards from the IRS.
So what we do is we figure what that exit strategy is. So once again, they're currently non-collectible, a payment plan, or an IRS offer and compromise. Everyone's hearing you can settle your debt, you can settle your debt. I used to teach the offer program at IRS. Everyone cannot settle a debt. But what you're gonna have when you use our firm and Josh's firm is you're gonna be able to know exactly what IRS is going to do when they get your case. But we do, and with cooperation with Josh, when we work these cases, sometimes we make legal modifications on your financial statement, which gets you in a better category.
Legal, not illegal.
No, it's
very
legal.
by the book.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is, it's for your benefit. The IRS is looking out for the taxpayers, the American taxpayers' benefit, not necessarily your own. So that's what we're here for. We get your best interest forward, and that's how we develop the best exit strategy possible. And the fact that we have a former IRS revenue officer right here, I have a team of them. You'll see on my website the number of people that I have on my team.
I think too, being as humble as I can, I have been doing this 51 years. I worked for IRS for a decade. I've been on Fox Business News twice, ABC, first to actually address the nation on the Donald Trump tax audit, and I've been on News Nation and Newsmax. So you're gonna get the very best team you can have to go ahead and resolve your case. And really, there's a person right there in Minnesota to go ahead and help you.
So if you've got a tax problem and you'd like to schedule a free 30-minute consultation with Mike and I, click on the link below or give us a call at 763-477-4205.
Are they allowed to go 31 minutes?
We go over it. It
Yeah, he
just
goes
gets
over.
you a spot in my calendar.
Yeah, that's all you want is to start talking to Josh. Listen, it's a pleasure. Whoever ahead and reads this, watches this, thank you so much.
I hope this has been helpful, and I look forward to talking to you soon.